Was the deadline to clear out the large homeless encampment on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway after tenants and the city finally came to an agreement, but it's taking some time to clean it up and clear it out. Our Greg Argos is live from Spring Garden. He's got the latest for us. Greg.
And good evening there, Natasha. The city reaching that agreement with those living in the encampment on Tuesday, and tonight a much different scene in that public space, which for the past 5 months or so has not really been easily accessible to the public. For the first time in months, dogs playing freely. The Von Collin playground back open.
It was a rough summer.
For multiple reasons, of course, but Ed Doherty, the vice president of the Logan Square Neighborhood Association, says a big factor was the James Talib Dean homeless encampment that took over a large public space in the area.
And the encampment is in the dead center of what would constitute our boundaries. In a very hostage kind of way, that would be our way of looking at it, took over this broadly used public space.
But now that area is once again reopened. Friday morning, city crews removing some of the barriers and debris which surrounded the encampment.
The neighborhood never had an indifference to the issues. What we had was a real disagreement with the tactics.
Those tactics, though, appear to have worked. Earlier this week, the city reaching an agreement between organizers of the encampment and the mayor's office.
We feel good. It's a start. Change has to start somewhere.
The city will transfer a total of 50 properties to a land trust established by encampment residents. Additionally, Philly officials will create 2 villages of tiny homes by the end of this year. These villages will have self-contained units with shared kitchens and bathrooms, which can house up to a dozen people. So those still living here will soon be able to move into more permanent housing.
It's just the hard work of helping to place these individuals in the conclusion. But I think it's the feeling of the neighborhood. We're clearly seeing activity. It's clearly going to come to an end.
Now, Ed Doherty says the next step is for neighbors to work with city officials to revitalize and repair the area where the encampment once stood. I'm live here in the Spring Garden section of Philadelphia. Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Greg, thank you so much.